Hey guys, wow, you know, we're hitting a big milestone here. By the time you see this, we're going to be at 150,000 subscribers. I can't even wrap my head around that number. It is unbelievable. And I've been wanting to do an update video for the longest time, and when I hit 100K, before I knew it, like I was getting ready to make that video, and then I was at like 106K, and I was like, well crap, like I feel so late. And the next thing you know, I was at 115 and 125, and I mean, my God, I hit 100K in April, and here it is, you know, mid-month July, and I'm at 150,000 subscribers. First off, let me just say thank you so much, guys. I know you hear this all the time from me and even your other favorite YouTubers, and you know, it's always the same message, right? It's always thank you so much. But honestly, I can't tell you guys how much this whole journey has meant to me. You know, I was talking with another friend recently, Mathis Games. His channel's also been doing pretty well, and we kind of went different tracks in terms of content. But you know, he's a good guy, and you know, I played a lot of games with him in the past, and I hope to link up with him again down the road. But you know, sometimes you feel like you want to almost like pinch yourself, you know, just to make sure that this is real, because the journey up until this point was so hard. And, you know, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, well, you know, well, not a lot of people, but critics or haters, you know, there's always gonna be haters out there. It's like, oh, boo-hoo, you make video game videos, and, you know, they don't really realize the amount of time and effort all of this takes. And one of the hardest parts of all is keeping yourself motivated when you're trying to get things going. And it can be, you know, I actually made a tweet not too long ago with somebody that was, you know, in the editorial side industry / dev side, and he had commented about how he was potentially going to start making YouTube videos, and I told him to be ready for the soul-crushing experience, because, and you know, I'm not trying to be mean, but YouTube is, it's something that in the earlier days, and I feel like most of the people I've talked to have confirmed this, you know, on their ends as they've grown. In the early days, you beat yourself up so much. You look at what you're doing and you say, you know what, I'm working my butt off trying to record the best quality content I can, and I feel like not enough people are seeing it. I feel like, you know, it's like I'm a little fish in a huge pond full of fish, and the many bigger fish that, you know, technically they can't eat you up and spit you out, but they you know, definitely get the most attention. They're the ones who you know, who really matter in the grand scheme of things, and you feel just so tiny. And I remember even when I was, you know, my channel was so small, and I was like, man, you know, if I could even get 500 views on a video reliably, that would be so huge. And you know, sometimes you'd have bad days, and sometimes you'd have a video that did like 100, and it was like, oh my God, like people, you know, maybe this isn't for me, like maybe people just don't like my stuff, or maybe it's not good, you know. You get all the self-doubt, and to push yourself through that, I think that's one of the biggest traits that you'll find in the YouTubers that made it, is that they never let themselves give up. You see so many other channels that give up, that don't make it. And you know, in a lot of ways, I'm sitting here, you know, I'm watching this footage of the next car game that I played with the Destruction Derby. In a lot of ways, you know, it's like, it's very similar. You're in this, like when you're doing YouTube, more often than not, you're gonna make friends, and everyone's kind of, you know, everyone's trying to succeed. Everyone's trying to win in this game, but everyone's trying to succeed, and you don't get to see everybody make it. Some people just stop doing it. Some people slow down, and they start to focus on other things. I've had friends who said, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go get a day job, and YouTube's not doing it, you know, it's not making it as I hoped it would. And I will never ever take any of this for granted. I feel, you know, I don't want to say that luck is the key to this, because it's really not luck. It's a combination of so many things, and but it doesn't stop me from feeling lucky to have made it and to have kept myself motivated, because I have absolutely seen how easy it is to tell yourself, you know what, this probably isn't going to work out. and maybe I should find something else to do. In a lot of ways, it's one of the reasons I have a hard time recommending to people to try doing YouTube. For me, if I'm going to suggest to anybody to do YouTube, it's going to be to get the experience. YouTube does offer a lot of things. It helps you learn some technical skills. It helps you learn how to edit videos. It helps you open up as a person. You learn how to engage others. You learn how to manage a community. I mean, look at this, guys. We've got so many people now that identify themselves as Ohmies, and we're a group. It's amazing, and that's an aspect of all this. Absolutely, it's community management. It's like I said, the technical skills. It's even meeting people, collaborating, sharing information. There's a lot of professional value in YouTube, even though a lot of people might look at it and say, oh, it's just, people playing video games. No, it's so much more than that. And, like I said, I will never take this for granted. I am so appreciative. You guys mean the world to me. Every single one of you. And I've said this before too. I wish I had more time, so I could talk and get to know talk to and get to know each and every one of you guys. The hardest part of this for me these days is, now my channel is starting to do better, and that's so amazing. But the hardest part for me is that the more people that identify with my channel and who I am, and all the people that are willing to identify as an Ohmie, and be a group, be a collective, be something bigger than just me. I so wish I had the time to be all of, your friends, essentially, and get to know you guys on a deeper level. And it's like, the one thing I always make sure I do is I always make sure that I read pretty much, like, everything I can. If I get, comments, tweets, emails to my, my fan email address, ohmzone@outlook.com, I do everything in my power to make sure I see everything. And I'll tell you what, I might not always be able to get a chance to reply to every single person, and I'm telling you, I wish I could, but I always acknowledge it, because I owe that to you guys. You guys have been here for me. You have made my life better, and you've told me that my videos have helped make you guys feel better, have helped you guys through tough times. I've received some really, really touching emails. Even very recently, just people have told me what my videos have meant to them and for their lives, or for their life rather. And it is unbelievable to hear that I've had that sort of impact on others. And I want you guys to know that you guys have also had a huge impact on me. You guys have made me a happier person in life. You guys have given me hopes. You've helped me realize that dreams are possible and hard work can pay off. And seriously, I just appreciate you guys so much. And I hope that I hope that that you guys know that you mean just as much to me as you tell me that I mean to you. And don't ever feel like a number, because to me you're not. I know occasionally there's some other YouTubers will say, well, once you get so big, it's hard to care about people individually, and the haters get to you. I've never let the haters bring me down to a point when I don't care about you guys. I get so much love from you guys that it completely overrides anything that I see negative. More than anything else, I want you guys to be happy. I want you guys to have good lives. I want to continue to be able to entertain you guys. And if I do help you through tough times, I want you guys to continue to get through those tough times. If I can help in any way, through my videos, through my streams, even with my streams, I try my best, to engage you guys. And, we've done the sub streams, stuff like that. And, I try to do everything I can, to interact with you guys as much as I can. And, yeah, again, guys, thank you so much for 150,000 subscribers. God, I can't even believe I'm here. I would have, I mean, it was really my goal to hit 100,000 by the end of the year. And now I might hit 200. I might even go beyond 200. It all depends on how my channel continues growing, but you guys have been such a key in that. I want you guys to know how huge of a factor you guys have been in the growth of my channel and how much that means to me. I wish I could say a thank you a million times, because it's you guys sharing my stuff, telling your friends about my stuff, retweeting my stuff. That's, you know, for as much as you guys tell me, thanks for making awesome videos, or thanks for helping me through tough times, you guys do a ton for me too, and I want you guys to know that. I want you guys to know that you are a huge force behind my success with my channel. And I'm finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm finally seeing the ability to potentially call this my job, my livelihood, and it's unbelievable to think that's even possible. I've played games since I was a little kid, and I used to love having my friends over and they'd watch me play games, they'd watch me beat games, and I always loved that experience, and I always loved hearing them get excited at, the games that I was playing or that we were playing together. And I always loved sharing that. Sometimes we'd have big sleepover parties and stuff, and we'd only have 2 controllers to play a game, but there'd be 6 people watching or 8 people watching or whatever else, and just everyone getting so excited about it. And in a lot of ways, YouTube is kind of a bigger version of that. Think about it. There's 150,000 people that chose to click subscribe, and that's not even counting people that aren't subscribed to me that still see my stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy that there's that many people. Even my Twitter followers, I think I'm over 30,000 or 31,000 now. Oh my God, that's so many people. I can't visualize that many people. I've been to, big concerts and stuff in the past, sold out arenas. I've seen that stuff, but I can't wrap my head around, 150,000 or even 31,000. It's just unbelievable. Huge number of people. And, again, guys, I'm so grateful. Thank you. I hope that you'll continue to be with me on the journey forward. And I will do everything in my power to continue to bring you as much entertainment as I can. Whether it's just something for you to laugh at, or it's something for you to potentially forget about some of your problems in your day. And with that in mind, guys, I also do want to do a new Q&A video, or questions and answers. So do me a favor, please, and leave me questions in the comments below. I'm going to make a follow-up video to this one where I'm going to go ahead and answer a decent number of your questions, and potentially even I'd like to also show some of the fan art that's been sent my way. And I've saved, I'd say, a good chunk of it, but I do want to, highlight that and also answer questions. Let's try to avoid some of the stuff that's, kind of been asked a million times, like, will you do face cam, or where exactly do you live, or how old are you? Face cam, I can never tell you guys for sure if that's going to happen or not. If it does, it's probably going to be a big surprise. And age, I told you guys before, I'm closer to Minx in age than, say, PewDiePie or Markiplier. So, that's about as close as I'm going to get there. And in terms of where I live, I do live in the Chicago area in Illinois, US, and yeah, again, that's probably about as close as it's going to be. There have been some people, believe it or not, that have met me, but they have been very respectful about keeping my secret. And I'm not going to say how, but it's mainly just like stores and stuff that, I go to, or restaurants or whatever else. But anyway, also, I don't want to forget this at all. Obviously I've also had a ton of help from other YouTubers. I've met so many people since we did the last vlog, and they've just been crazy helpful in also the growth of my channel. I think I was working with Minx a little bit last time I did a vlog. I started doing new collaborations with Nanners, Markiplier, Cryotic, Chilled, and D-Live, and Endzone, and even Tesh. We ran into Tesh in Rust. I mean, oh my God, the list is so huge. Spoon, I linked up with. I got to meet him finally. Smarty, Gulm, Oh my God, Juice, I ran into him, Captain Sparkles, Bob and Wade, Goldie and Dahi, basically in Vanos and Delirious H2O, Nanners' girlfriend Kathy, LD Shadow Lady, Davosity. I mean, think about how many YouTubers I've bumped into as well and that have collaborated with me and, you know, like helped get my name out there more and more. Of course, I'm so grateful to all of them as well, along with anybody else that I forgot to mention. But man, it's been a crazy ride this year, or even towards the end of last year. It's just been a crazy, crazy ride. And I've, you know, like I said, I've done everything I can to make good content and to keep you guys entertained. And I hope that's paid off. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. The only negative to all that is the fact I've got a backlog, which I've talked about before. But, you know, the issue with the backlog is I've collaborated with so many different people, right? You might have, you know, there might be a session with Nanners, and then there's a session with D-Live, and then there's a session with Eat My Diction, who also I forgot to mention. He's also another awesome dude. A Gassy Mexican, too. Awesome, awesome dude. I love his voices. But, you know, we'll do these different collaborations, and then next thing you know, I've got like TTT with all these different groups. So that's the only downside to making so much content, but I'm trying to work through that. I'm going to try to upload fresh stuff sooner for you guys. But yeah. Anyways, guys, this thing's running pretty long here. But again, please leave me questions in the comments. Thank you again so much, guys. You mean the world to me. And I hope you continue with me on this journey. I'll see you guys next time.